Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. What are we going to do? We're going into advanced manifesting, and that requires going into psychic abilities, intuition, using all of that because you all have it. It's inborn, and we've been told it's creepy to use it. People used to keep putting in the insane asylum if they use their psychic abilities, or if they saw people in the room. They were told they were crazy. Yeah, is that scary? That's how dense we are. So we don't honor these amazing abilities that people have, and a lot of them have and don't talk about because they're afraid others are going to go, oh, you're crazy. And now we're like, yeah, oh, you can tell the future. Tell me, what do you have to tell me? Tell me who I was in a past life. And so we're getting into that now because we realize we're not limited. Everything's possible. Nothing's crazy, right? We all have amazing abilities, and those people who seem to have the biggest problems sometimes are the ones that have amazing insights. Autism, all that. It's amazing what autistic kids can do. It's a little scary. It's like, whoa. So you always have a talent or an ability, and so I'm an intuitive. I actually know things about people. I actually feel and sense what's going on. I can tell, they don't even have to say it. I can sense their feelings and their energy. I can sense underlying issues. There's all kinds of things I can tell just by sitting with somebody. You do this too. In fact, I'm sure most of you are going to say, yeah, I do that all the time. What's the big deal? The big deal is that we ignore it and we don't realize what it is. So if you're sitting with somebody who's really doing great and you're thinking, I felt like something's wrong with them, but there was no indication at all, we slough it off. And then something happens later on, you're thinking, oh yeah, I knew that. But you know what? We're not paying attention. Same thing with our own personal situations. When your gut is telling you something, that is being intuitive. Intuitive is just your energy picking up on another energy. That's all it is. And because our energy is expanded out into infinity, heart math is like, it's out 6 feet, no, it's out 10 feet, and I'm like, no, it's connected to everything. It's entangled in the quantum field. Our electromagnetic field is part of the quantum field. We're just expressing it here. Did you guys see my diagram? I had a whole page of dots, and some of the dots are concentrated, but we're all part of the dots. We're just a concentration of the energy, So that concentration is connected to all the other dots, and then we pick up, here's concentration of dots, all these dots here. We are connected by these dots, so when something happens over here, we feel it. Right? So that's why sometimes you're feeling okay, and then you have a day where it feels weird, and it's part of the collective. You're picking up on all the dots are all communicating with each other at the exact same time. There's no delay in that. It happens exactly at the same time. So your psychic abilities, how do you develop those? So first of all, we ignore constantly what's happening. Dreams are blatant messages. Dreams are indications of a lot of different things. How you're feeling, how you interpret things, messages from other people, people from the other side, who've passed over. They're real when they visit you. That's the only time they can, because you'd freak out if they walked in the room. But when your consciousness and your ego is down, it's able to come in and talk to you. So you can get a lot of messages there. You can ask for messages. And I talked to you in the last video about messages. Messages are really your feelings and your own ability to make decisions and ask for guidance. So I always say, I ask for guidance. Show me what I need to do, what I should do to accomplish this goal or whatever, or these things that I desire. What should I go after? What should happen here? And then you get permission for that to happen. Otherwise, free will is sitting there waiting for you to make a choice. So, but if you ask for a message like, ask your guides and say, how can I, accomplish this goal? Or, required for me to meet the ideal person, or you're asking for answers and guidance more than messages, and you can do that before you go to sleep. You can do it before you meditate. Quantum energy is everything. It's the miracle, and it's the density that thinks it has no power. Your quantum energy is everything. You're accessing everything. There's nothing outside of your power. You are everything. So there is no psychic ability outside of you, separate from you. You can tap into anything. Now, as individuals, we chose certain roles. So some of us came here with certain openings. It's part of who we chose to be when we came here. So you may, like, I do not, there's some things I have no ability. Well, that's not true. I don't see dead people. I have experienced them before, and I've sensed them and see them in my head, and actually in my dreams they visited me. And sometimes they have touched me during the daytime, which I don't like. I don't want to go into that space. But some people just, they're born with it and they don't like it, and it's just there. So these are still roles in advance that we have chosen and abilities that we decided to bring forward, and they serve a great purpose. Now, if you want to develop those, you can definitely go take classes or study this or whatever. But it has to do with you absolutely dropping all the blocks and the barriers. And that means anger, resentment, judgment, everything. When you go to the higher realms, the higher frequency of awakening, that's when you're not judging the other person. You're not seeing the world as a rotten place. You're not watching the crap. You're not looking at the world is a bad place and blaming the governments and all the bull. It's all bull. It's a created story. You either participate in it or not. You either conduct your life as a higher being and just go, okay, yeah, it's over there. And there's 5 billion interpretations of that. So none of it's real. What's real is what you believe. So when you go in a space where your world is one that's enlightened, it's going to the 4th and 5th dimensions, and you're going to attract that, you start to act like that, you start to be that, your psychic abilities open up, miracles start to happen, things move around, show up, disappear, reality shifts. I've been having a lot of that this last year. Recently lost an hour. I have no clue. They have no clue how that happened. And just all kinds of things are going to happen because you're not going into other dimensions that have no limits. It's not weirdness. Just know that you can access that anytime. And when you're fearful, you believe that you're just some dense being that isn't a part of all those powers. Of course you are. There are things we just don't understand. But we're told it's bad, we're told it's crazy, and so you have that block in there. And I guarantee you, most people do. They think that they're not supposed to do it, or that it's scary. Here's the other thing. Oh, we're going in, there's scary dark beings, and what makes you think they have more power than you? Your belief. So they do. So they will. Why? Because fear fuels negativity. So if there are dark energies or people or situations, man, you just open the door for them through your fear and your belief that you don't have power. No one has power over you. No one or no thing has power over you. Nothing can ever harm you. Not truly. You. I'm not talking about your body or your whatever. Your feelings are your ego. How you choose to feel is you, the essence of you. So if you're feeling bad, that's your ego. That's not you. And you're allowing it to take control. You can just as easily be a happy person in a beautiful world. Everything is a choice. Your reality is exactly what you decide it is. So when you realize that every single ability out there, every possible thing that you would want to tap into is available to you, you will see things start to happen. Why? Because you believe it. You open the gateway. And when you have no fear and you realize that if there is something that you don't like, you tell it to leave. You ask it to leave. It's that simple. It has no power of you. Bye-bye. Right? So, we can develop our psychic abilities just by really paying attention and being aware, tuning into other people's feelings, placing our orders to the universe and then allowing things to happen and paying attention to them and acting on the certain things that show up. And then asking our guides for certain things and allowing them, ordering them basically, saying, okay, this is what I desire and I'm calling you in to lead me to this. The right people, the whatever. And those powers, that's just energy. That energy is going to start to manifest because you're focusing, your quantum focus is on it. So it's just really the powers and the different frequencies that are now aligning because you ordered it. Because you have free will and nobody can infringe on that. And you focused in the quantum field, and which is entangled, connected to everything. So everything gets that message at the exact same time. That these things are to start to materialize. And that's how it happens, including any psychic abilities. When you desire to communicate with higher beings or whatever, you can request it. They will talk to you. Be ready for that. Make sure you're talking to the right higher beings, not something else. Again, don't be asking anything else to make decisions for you. If something makes decisions for you, then that is not a higher being. Higher beings will only assist you in what you request, right? So if you desire a miracle, or if you're open to the miracle, or you're ready to release something, it will happen. It's not happening without you, without your permission, believe me. That's why Christ couldn't heal everybody. The permission had to be there, the belief, the desire to really be well again. Some people are just not ready for that. So, psychic abilities, intuition, absolutely start to pay attention. Ask for them, open up, start to pay attention, go into meditation, deep meditation, clear the mind, get rid of the blocks. Any story you tell yourself that it's weird or whatever, that you don't have it, everyone has it. Intuition is simply being very aware and paying attention to all of your feelings. All right? And of course, there's some amazing teachers out there that can help you to progress. And I know the Monroe Institute does a lot of stuff with all kinds of, energy work. Let's just put it that way. So we're going to talk more about this, but I just want you to start with the basics, and that is, know that you have it, pay attention to it, tune into it, start to request things. I give permission. Thank you for the whatever it is, and or if you want a sign versus a message, a message, again, you're in control. But if you desire a sign, and or you ask for a name from an angel or a guide, say, please give me your name, and then Michael comes into your head or whatever it is. And then if you don't believe it, again, you ask, half the time we don't believe it. So, oh no, I must have made that up. Pay attention, you're not making it up. So I have an ability that is random. I can hold somebody's object and see things. I'll pick up on stuff. Sometimes it's future stuff, sometimes it's past stuff, sometimes I just see stuff. So that's energy. Right? It's just all energy, and we all have the ability to do that. You can try that. So we'll go into more specifics, but I just want you to open up and realize you have it, tune into it, pay attention, direct everything. Don't be like, can you give me that? No, you have to tell. You have to place your order. Don't be afraid. No fear. Fear's the deal breaker, man. That's the whole channel is break through fear. Break through it. Let it pass by in a cloud. It's always going to be out there somewhere, right? You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.